guys, as always, thanks for stopping by. This is literally take 9. I can do this. I've been having fun with it. Can a gun owner vote Democrat? Let's talk about that. Today's episode is brought to you by CMMG. I've shown you this one before. It's the Mark 47. Now I'm working on a full review of it, but I wanted y'all to see some of the footage right here. It's sort of an AR, but it also fires AK ammo from AK magazines. It's the Mutant, and everybody loves it. You can get custom Cerakote colors. I've told y'all before that the CMMG warranty is one of the best in the business because that is true. So you can sleep good at night after your purchase. Pick out your color and a whole lot more over at CMMG. Been having fun with this one. I've done several takes here and had a couple different things that I've chased here. And the reason this has kind of been a little bit for me hard to get through is because I'm doing this a little off the cuff, not a lot of preparation. I didn't want to prepare too far for this one because I wanted it to be a natural conversation with all of y'all. Speaking of all of y'all, every thumbs up is fantastic. Comments down below are fantastic as well. So for all of that, I say thanks. Two things that we're going to talk about gun owners and being a Democrat. That's where my eye starts twitching. First, the Senate Judiciary Committee just this morning, I'm filming this late on Thursday, but just this morning, the Senate Judiciary Committee has voted unanimously to approve Amy Coney Barrett. And so it's going to move to a full vote. So that's kind of cool. What isn't cool, or maybe is interesting, is that all of the Democrats on that committee, they boycotted the entire vote because Orange Man bad? I don't know. It's a mess. Also, tonight is the debate. Are y'all going to be watching that? It's a question of the day. I think that really is the question. Are you going to watch it? I was really tired after the last debate. A lot of interrupting. Chris Wallace got on my nerve. Tonight they're doing that whole muted microphone thing. They need to mute Chris Wallace is what they needed to do last time. Somebody said they wish that every time they mute Trump that he would just start tweeting. That would be hilarious. If I watch it, we'll see how the mood hits because tonight is also the, I think, 38th anniversary of First Blood. And so that's kind of an important day in my life. I may watch that movie instead. But we'll see. If I do watch it, it's just to watch the memes happen in real time. Are y'all going to be watching the debate? Gun owners. Can we as gun owners vote Democrat? And that's a presupposition in that the only thing you can do is vote Republican. Y'all know how I feel about the Republican Party. You know how I feel very clearly about the T-Man. I haven't talked a lot about Trump Man, but it annoys me. I talked on a podcast the other day on Warrior Poet Network about how I can be mad at Trump, and I am on some level. He stood up and said, and won my vote partially, one slice to the pie, is when he said the 8-year assault on your Second Amendment freedoms have come to a conclusion or to a crashing in or something. And then he went and enacted more gun legislation in 4 years than Obama did in 8. Now, it's a challenge because people are going to start typing away right there. Even 2 weeks ago when I was in Thunder Ranch, I called Trump fat, and people got really upset at me. Like, you can't badmouth our guy. This is not your sports team where you have to defend them when I can still vote for the guy and be mad at him on some level. Bump stocks. People are like, we're talking about bump stocks again. Well, we are. He also said due process second. He said about suppressors and silencers, I don't like them. Don't tell me on one hand that the assault on my Second Amendment freedoms are over and then assault my Second Amendment freedoms and remain silent in Virginia. I'm mad. I am. There's no way around it. I'm mad. Does that mean I'm going to vote for a child sniffer altogether now? No. No, not at all. And both are okay. It's okay to have both feelings at the same time. So even the question, can a gun owner, Second Amendment person, vote Democrat? There is a presupposition there, but I also just want to say there's a challenge in the idea of being a one-issue voter. Sometimes they try to make us a one-issue voter. But I want to say this really clearly. Can a gun owner vote Democrat? Well, yeah, of course they can. You vote for whoever you want to. Write in the words Mickey Mouse if you would like to. Anton Chigurh. Write it in. If that's who you want to vote for, do it. Vote for whoever you want. Free country. But can we support the Democratic Party? I know people do. I have friends that are liberal people who also are gun owners, and they vote Democrat. I want to say a blanket statement, say generally I believe no, you probably can't, probably shouldn't. And here's why. Because, and this is hugely important. I've never mentioned this on this channel. My friend Eric, IV888888 ad infinitum, he said one time to me, and he said, the thing that the press and the left doesn't get is that gun ownership is not a hobby. We're not into these metallic inanimate objects. This is me talking. We're not into these metallic inanimate objects as a hobby, something fun to do on a Saturday. Even though it's fun to do on a Saturday, it really is. But the idea of living free and being a man or a woman that is free and that we own firearms based on our God-given right, not because of the Constitution. The Constitution and the Bill of Rights prevents the government from taking those away. And at this point, people are like, why did you bring God into it? I don't know, just because the Founding Fathers did, maybe? It also, owning a gun, it separates us from having to be at the whim and the mercy of other people. And also separates us from the government being allowed to have tyranny over our lives. Yes, I know the government has tyranny, and I'm not in the street with a pitchfork. People are always like, yeah, you're not fighting at all, you're just talking. If you drive between the yellow line and the white line, you have already succumbed to the idea that we're part of a society. If you have a driver's license, you've already succumbed to the government and asked them for permission. I get it. It's layered and nuanced. There's a lot to it. But can we be gun owners and vote Democratic? I'm going to say, or for the DNC, I'm going to say no. As a whole, no. There have been some Democrats that I really liked over the years. Joe Lieberman was cool back in the day. He was really cool. Now I know he went neutral there for a while. He was pretty cool. He was a cool dude. Maybe that's case by case, but as a whole, I'm going to say no. Because your Second Amendment rights supersede everything else and preserve and protect everything else. So much about all the different other areas, because it's not just one area, the Second Amendment, and then everything else. It is the Second Amendment covering everything else. And we'll put the First and the Second in there together. They cover so many of the other issues. Blew my voice out over the last couple minutes. Maybe during take number 2 or 3, I blew my voice out. I'm doing okay. I'll get through this. My point is this. I'm going to say that as a blanket statement. No, you can't vote Democrat and call yourself a person of freedom. That doesn't mean the Republican Party is the end-all, be-all savior of all things. Not at all. Not remotely. So I want to say that very clearly. Just because I'm saying, yeah, you probably shouldn't vote for the DNC. You shouldn't. Like, absolutely not. Because what they stand for is a pile of crap that is anti-American and pro-Marxist as a whole. It's a challenging subject to be able to have to be forced to one or the other. I can say very clearly, yeah, you probably shouldn't vote. No, you absolutely shouldn't vote for the Donkey Party. That doesn't mean the elephants are amazing and awesome. No, I'm almost just as mad at them as I am at the other side. Both sides have problems. But it is good that we have the Second Amendment because it is a game changer for us here in the Republic. Now, I went a little stream of consciousness there. I didn't have a lot of notes. This got me fired up, and here's why. Is because Joe Biden said America was an idea. He said this last night, was an idea that we never lived up to. So I got thinking about that. You know what? I am so glad that when we have celebrities and we have career politicians that want to tear down this country, I can just stop and go, you know what? God bless the Founding Fathers and the Second Amendment. Now, that was a lot. What do you think? Would love to hear your opinion right down below. Let me know what you think. Hey, my weapon of the day is a CRKT. Which one is this? M16 140D SFG. Too many letters. It's a CRKT, and it is huge and awesome. To anyone that is against us or us owning any sort of tool that protects us or our livelihoods. Yep, from my cold, dead hands. Bye.